Maybe it won't be like Wednesday.
Maybe not.
No.
I'll be doing facts. Okay. Wait, are we rolling?
We are rolling.
We are rolling. Okay, excellent. So let's go to chapter 1 in your little atheist book. We talked about the enrolling questions. We talked about number 1. We talked about number 2. We're on 6. We're on 6. That makes it easy. Thank you very much. What is the difference between truth and tolerance? Yes.
Truth is the way things are, regardless of like your point of view. But tolerance is like not pointing out every single time someone is wrong.
Yeah, it's putting up.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
They seem that tolerance is like amplified as accepting everything is truth, which is like inherently untrue.
Right, and that is what tolerance has come to be defined as. Like every idea, every opinion, every thought is true for you. If it's true for you, then it's true. But that flies in the face of what truth actually is. Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. Truth is what is and is not malleable, and nowadays tolerance is acting as if all truths, contradicting truths, are really true.
I mean, I wouldn't get away with saying that or that today is Friday, Saturday.
It is Friday though.
It is. But if I say it's Friday and Saturday, I'm not going to get away with that, right? But when it comes to less factual truths, maybe, I don't know.
Truths that are harder to prove.
Then, you know, if Buddha works for you, then that's true for you. And if Jesus works for me, then that's true for me. Look, they can't both be true. They literally can't both be true. They could both be false. They can't both be true. And that's not based on beliefs. That's based on logic, right? That's based on logic. Just like it can't be right. Yes. So here's what I wrote down. You have good answers, by the way. Tolerance now means that we are to accept all views as true and acceptable, except that there is absolute truth. That's the one thing that is not okay to say there's such a thing as absolute truth. That is not very tolerant. But that is being stated as true, right? To say there's no such thing as absolute truth is absolute truth. Yes.
Is that what you would call the true meaning of tolerance, or is that the current meaning of tolerance?
The true meaning of tolerance is to put up with something that you don't like or enjoy. No, something that's
I can think of
no names.
Alright, so my sister likes to do this thing where I'll be having a conversation with my mom, and then she'll just start answering. And so the tolerance thing to do would be to continue talking to my mom, and then let her talk, and then answer her. And
She just keeps cutting in.
yeah, she does. Literally. So I literally was just like, hey, did I ask for your opinion? And then my mom was like, yeah, he's right. Nobody asked me. She was like, thank goodness. That's
As the Connolly family turns, this show. Yeah, that's something that you put up with.
Yeah.
And there are certain things that you can't put up with, right? I wouldn't be tolerant of what my family members might. But being tolerant that my husband's that noise. I've never told him. Tolerated it for a long, long time. Maybe I'll tell him, but I won't tell him like that. So that's tolerance. That's the true meaning of tolerance. Now, tolerance now means that we are to accept. Excellent. Let's look at these engaged questions. How would you respond to this statement? All religions are true.
No.
Eli.
It falls flat because you can't practice all these countries and religions effectively at once.
Right. Yeah. Maybe.
And you're supposed to be dead according to Muslims, going to hell according to Christians, and basically putting contradictions together as if they fit.
Yeah. Contradictions don't fit. Right. So all religions cannot be true. Again, they could all be false, but not all religions can't be true because they make contradictory claims, and two contradictory things can't be true at the same time. And that is not based on opinion; it's based on logic. And what it's going to call in the book, it's going to call part of this call it what we can't not know, and we just intuitively know that's a contradiction. Those things can't both. So yeah, it'd be contradictory truth claims. Jesus cannot be both risen and not risen. He was one or the other, and we just intuitively know that. That's an example. Why shouldn't? And we read this elephant parable a while ago. Why shouldn't the elephant parable make any sense to the pluralist, like to the person who agrees with that? Yeah. Yeah, what does it assume? Like this one blind man says it's a snake, and this one blind man says it's a wall, and they each have their own opinion of what the elephant is, and that's okay. Except for what does the entire thing assume?
That we know it's an elephant.
That the speaker knows the truth. Somebody knows the truth, or else they wouldn't know it was an elephant. They'd never figure out it was an elephant. And so the whole thing falls over. Because there is a truth. It is truly an elephant. It's just only one person knows it. But something can be true and nobody knows it. In fact, because God is who God is, there's probably a whole lot of things that nobody knows and they're true. But it only takes one person to know the truth.
I was thinking about it, even like beyond the narrator, the story it wouldn't make sense if it's a religion saying that all religions are true because they're presenting this element there and they'll think, oh, it's a snake, but the thing is that it's not. So it's just wrong even without the narrator. They're using a story that contradicts itself.
Right, because he thinks it's a snake, doesn't mean
How can all religions be true? If every religion is like, yeah, no other religions are true. Doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what this year's about. It's the year of thinking, so caps on. So it doesn't make sense because it assumes the writer has the real, true, objective position from which to judge. Question 3. What are some of the main issues you learned in chapter 1 regarding pluralists? What did you learn about pluralists? Yes.
They use self-defeating statements as the main basis of their religion, I guess you could call it.
So they use self-defeating statements to make their claims? Yes, Eli.
While saying they go against contradicting absolute truth in religion, they are promoting absolute truth in religion.
Yeah.
Which is a self-defeating statement.
Yeah. The way I put it, I think you'll like this, Eli. Pluralists abhor and make absolute truth. So at one and the same time, they hate them, and they use them. Yes. Lydia also added that too, but so in a way, in a lot of ways, it's open-minded and narrow. Yeah, I think that's what. Um, it's there's still kind of it's my way or the highway. There are a lot of ways that are good, but your way is tolerance, even as it's. I mean, if you're going to say that tolerance is accepting any opinion as fact and everyone's ideas are valid except this one, tolerant based on their own definition, everything is okay. Their definition. Anything else? And then I put that they hold the completely untenable positions. They hold these ideas that don't hold water, that can't make sense. But they're believing, and this is so true of so many people, not just pluralists, all of us, because we're starting to have this propensity to believe what we want. And that's not wise, to just believe what we want. I sometimes, this is something I've kind of realized about myself, I sometimes would rather not know. Because if I don't know, I can still believe it. But I still feel that way sometimes, right? It's illogical, but I feel that way. And then that last one, that you can just do summarize in the chapter. Any questions from this? Okay, great. So I'm gonna, you're gonna do something as a class. I'm gonna hand these out. I'm gonna explain how it works. And it is a quiz. It is a pop quiz. Trust me.
Yeah,
And we're just gonna keep rolling.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. No, that's right. Yep. Okay, we're going to use the Roadrunner tactic. We're going to kind of apply what it is you've been learning, and we're going to do this together. However, I am not going to be the person that's leading this. I will start you out, and then I'm going to cut you. We'll do the first one together with me up here, and then I need a volunteer to lead the class. Seamus, you are the first one to volunteer, so you need to do that. And you will discuss this as a group. You will come to a consensus of what you want to write down. Seamus will write it down. You will write it down on your paper, but only Seamus's paper will be turned in. You will all get the very same grade. And I will not, after giving you an example on the first one, then I will not interfere, I will not help. You will just try to come up with the best possible answer. Okay. So, for each of the following self-defeating statements, use the Roadrunner technique to expose the faulty logic. You may turn in one quiz for the entire group. The first truth claim self-defeating statement is doubt everything.
Well, if you're doubting, I had it back. So by doubting everything, you're like not doubting the fact that.
So if you're gonna go ahead, Josh. Yeah. But and that's pithy, but I want a fuller explanation than that. So if I am going to doubt everything, I have to doubt the idea that I am to doubt everything. Right? Now, John said it obviously more succinctly, but I don't want it just to say like there's no such thing as absolute truth. Absolutely, I want an actual explanation. I don't want just an explanation. Now, does that make sense? So if I am doubting everything, I'm doubting that very statement. I have to doubt that too. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, Seamus. Use the chair, you may use the podium. Preach at will.
Just don't preach the wrong thing, or we will ignorantly threaten you.
Alrighty. Well, boys.
Don't hit the eject button.
Alright,
Looking at
ladies.
some person.
That's not better.
Yeah,
Alright. Number 2 is wrong to judge. I want to see some hands.
Yes, I got picked. That in itself is a judgment. So like, if someone's judging someone else, it's like, how dare you? That's wrong.
Yeah.
You just
I'm saying it's wrong to judge. You're judging anyone who judges. No, I have to kneel down really hard. I feel like it's like.
No, it's sweet. If I have heard it.
I have a mask though.
If anyone wants clarification about what's been said.
Alright, I finished writing and my paper's doing so. Number 3, be skeptical of everything. As in John.
Skeptical of everything, then you'd be skeptical.
You want to have anything to add? Right?
Be a skeptic is be a skeptic of stuff.
Okay. Number 4, there's no absolute truth. Ayla.
That's saying there's no absolute truth.
Yeah, if you're saying there's no absolute truth, you are making an absolute claim.
And even if that is the only absolute truth, it proves that there is such a thing as absolute truth. So might there not be others if that is true? Might there not be others?
Or you can raise your hand. Five, you can't claim your religion is the only one that is true. How is that a self-defeating statement? Eli.
So by denying all these other belief systems to be true, you're making the belief system denying that's true.
What do you mean?
So if you're denying all these other belief systems to be true, you're making denial of your belief system.
I think you read the question.
I think he's asking the other way.
It's
As
saying
in, like,
you don't think that your religion is the only one, not that you think every other one is wrong.
Supposedly, your religion is the only one that you think.
Every
He was
religion,
right.
I mean, there's
every religion is trying to say that it's the only one. And so you can't have all of the religions be true at the same time. I'm a little bit confused on the word of the question, but I think we have the idea that
it's also saying that yours is the only one. There's not there's
Yes.
Being kind of exclusive on the
true.
idea.
You can't claim that they're saying you can't claim your belief system is true, and by doing that, they're saying theirs.
Saying
That's
Yeah.
what I was saying.
opposing they're opposing exclusivity with exclusivity.
They're yes. Alright, number 6. You shouldn't try to impose your views on other people. Lily.
They're basically imposing
True.
so that kind of same as like the doubt thing. Skeptical of everything. By saying that you do sex.
Doing the weird
You didn't raise your hand.
Number 7. That's just your opinion. Someone who hasn't raised their hand. Yes.
That's just
I think. That's,
yeah.
yeah.
That is
You could
yours.
say that statement could also very well be an opinion.
Yeah. I think the best way to put it is that just because I think something is true does not make it true.
Say it like that.
Let's say you're being opinionated by saying
Yeah, true.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
That
never
Almost as if
Pretty much that statement.
it's kind of like saying somebody else's view is valid just because it's their opinion, but that would mean
That's
that
just
they're saying theirs is valid.
Okay, so you're saying that it's just your
They're just
They're saying that it's your opinion, so it's not true.
Yeah, because they're saying their opinion is well, they're saying that their opinion is not what you're saying.
I'm pretty confident how I did that.
By saying
I can copy Justin. And then,
Can we stop the recording now, teacher?
what do you want me to do?
I thought Seamus.
Just leave it on the desk.